Hello friends, in this session we will be talking about court motions in the Parliament of India. First of all, what is court motion or court motions and why these are very important we have to discuss. You see, during budget, right? Actually there is no such word budget in Indian constitution, we know this. Actually under Article 12, under Article 112 of Indian Constitution, there is a provision called Annual Financial Statement. Financial Statement, right? This Annual Financial Statement is otherwise known as budget. We call this actually budget, right? And under Article 202, State Annual Financial Statement, you can say state budget, and this is central budget or union budget, right? Union budget. Before understanding court motions, we should understand what is budget and the process of presentation of budget. You see, there are several stages of presenting budget in the parliament. Like you can say presentation of budget, then discussion, right? Then voting, finance a bill, approbation, and finally the bill is passed. Anyway, these are the process. What happens actually, these court motions appear in the voting stage. Are you getting my point? These court motions appear in voting process. That means whenever there is something we call demand on grants, right? When there is demand on grants, right? So during the stage of demand on grants, court motions are introduced, or you can say raised by the members of Lok Sabha. For your information, I will say here, these court motions are only introduced in Lok Sabha. Only introduced in Lok Sabha. You may be thinking why it is so? Because budget or annual financial statement, union budget, that is only produced in the Lok Sabha, right? And also discussed in the Lok Sabha. These are the things you have to keep in mind. So during voting, what happens? Court motions are raised by members inside the parliament, inside the Lok Sabha, right? Why court motions are raised or why court motions are important, right? Actually, court motions are very important to check the government, right? That means suppose members are not ready to accept the demands, right? Several demands are there. Then they raise three kinds of motions or three kinds of court motions. They are like, you can say, it is of three types. We'll discuss those three. First is policy court. Policy court, right? Next is, you can say, here, economic court. Economic court. And the third one, you have to remember, that's your token court. Token court. That means these court motions are of three types. 1, 2, and 3. Policy court, economic court, and token court. Any member can raise these motions, right? In policy court, what happens actually? 1 rupee, or you can say 1 rupee, right? 1 rupee is got from the demand. Because the member disagree, disapprove in the form of policy court, right? We call this actually in terms of 1 rupee reduced in the budget, 1 rupee. So please remember, for policy court, it's 1 rupee. And if you talk about economic court, very simple, economic, specific amount. Why specific amount? I will tell you. Because members they want more discussion on the budgetary process, more discussion on voting on grants, right? And if that not happening in the parliament, in the Lok Sabha, then what will happen? They will reduce specific amount that's known as economic cut, right? And the last one, token cut. What is token cut? You see, token cut is 100, reduce of 100 rupees. That means member is not happy or members are not happy 100%. Right? When members are not happy 100%, they reduce, they disapprove, disagree, they oppose in the form of reducing 100 rupees in the demand, or you can say that is your demand on grants. This is very, very simple, interesting also. Let's revise whatever we discussed right now. Thing is that you have to remember in the budgetary process, what happens actually? There are several stages, 5 stages actually. And budget or annual financial statement under Article 112 of Indian Constitution, right, introduced in the Lok Sabha. Clear? And you can say Article 202 of Indian Constitution says regarding state budget or annual financial statement of state. We are talking here the court motions of Lok Sabha, because budget is produced only in Lok Sabha. Very simple, right? And they are also discussed in the Lok Sabha. The finance minister presents the budget. We know, we are very happy because we are having a developing country, right? Anyway, and in that process, in budgetary process, there is a stage called voting stage. In voting stage, members vote in favor, or you can say in not favor, right, of the grant. And in that process, member, whenever they disagree, there is 3 kinds of court motions, right? Court motions. One is policy court, economic court, and token court. In case of policy court, 1 rupee provision for reducing the budget, the grant. And in case of economy, specific amount. And if you talk about token cut, members are not happy 10%, 100%, right? They want 100 rupees caught in the demands. This is all about the court motions in the Parliament of India. I hope you got this point. Wish you happy learning. Thank you very much.